if you keep attracting toxic people, it's not bad luck, it's you. Toxic people don't just happen to you. They see something in you that they can use, whether it's your guilt, your people-pleasing, or the fact that you let things slide when you shouldn't. In this video, I'm about to tell you why it keeps happening and how to stop it for good. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I see Cherie. So let's get started. You think setting boundaries makes you a mean person. Meanwhile, toxic people have zero problem walking over you. So for them it's okay, right? But so many people are convinced that setting boundaries, it's mean. If you say that you don't like that, another person can be upset even though that person was trying to put you down. But we don't care about that because we care much more about what other people will think. We don't want to hurt them. Meantime, they can do whatever they want with us. Yeah, since our childhood, everyone was telling us that if you don't like something, just stay silent because other people don't need to know that. How are we supposed to live a really great life where everyone respects us if we just stay silent when we don't like something? I don't like your treatment, but I will not say you a single word because that's mean. I don't want to be a bad person in your eyes. What? Like you think that's the way how people solve problems? You can solve a problem only by talking about it. Don't pay attention to all these phrases. It's not your job to worry about other people, like will they be upset or not after your words, because no one can upset you if you don't let that happen. It's the same for other people. They are not children, okay? But actually not all the people are like this. People who respect themselves and they understand that that's a normal thing. They will not have any questions with your putting yourself first and setting boundaries. For them, it will not be a problem because they are used to that. But of course, if we are talking about people who during all their life, they were allowing others to walk over them, of course for them, like if you set boundaries, oh, you're so mean, like how dare you? Because these people don't allow themselves to set boundaries, and that's always. So when they see a person that is more initiative than them, it will be an issue for them. But as I said, it's not your work to please everyone else just because they said that. For them, it's not comfortable when you set your boundaries. Let them walk away from your life. You're scared to be alone. So that's why you settle for garbage. That's why so many people nowadays, they continue living in their toxic relationship, continue friendships that no longer serve them. And the reason for that, they are just scared to be alone. It's better to be alone than in bad company. That's such a good phrase. I really love that. Because for me, now it's not a problem to be alone. I remember myself 5 years ago. Yeah, for me that was a problem. I constantly needed someone. But now, if I know that, okay, today I'm alone, I spent my day alone, for me that's an opportunity because I understand that I can do so many things during this time. I'm focused on myself and I'm not distracted by anyone else. So that's an amazing thing for me. I'm even happy when I'm alone. And let's take new people. When you see a person or company of people and you understand that they are really toxic for you, they are bad, but they pay attention to you. So you decide, wow, if they paid attention to me, that means that I'm a good person and I deserve to be in their company. So I will accept anything that they offer me because I don't want to be such a lonely person. You're so desperate on this attention that if someone just pays a small piece of attention, just even says hi to you, you already have this whole story that you're friends or you're in a relationship. You'd rather avoid conflict than stand up for yourself. And toxic people love that because every single time when they see that, they start a conflict and instead of solving this problem, you just run away. That's the exact thing that they want from you because they see that you're scared. They have power over you just because you don't know. That's the problem. You don't know how to stand up for yourself. And in this case, I don't mean that you need to waste your energy on every single conflict that you have with other people, because not every person deserves that. But if you do that all the time, you're just so scared. It's like the way that children behave. They don't want to solve any problems, so most people today behave exactly like this. And since their childhood, perhaps their parents had a lot of conflicts, and now these people, they're just afraid of conflicts and they try to avoid them at all costs. And that's one more reason why people don't stand up for themselves. They are not sure in their partner how emotional mature their partner is, so even when they don't like something, they just don't talk about that, because they know that they can provocate conflict and they don't know how to handle a conflict. That's why they just stay silent, because it's the easiest way, just to do nothing and to hope that this problem will disappear. Toxic people actually aren't the problem, you are, because they can take advantage of you only if you let them. And I'm not saying that you are the victim and you deserve that. No, there are plenty of toxic people on this earth, and no one deserves to be treated like this, you know. But the problem is you allow them to do that. So it's your decision, it's your choice. For example, if someone does something to you that you don't like, just to say them that, you know, I don't like that, don't do that, it's not enough. This person will start testing you. Okay, if she said that she doesn't like that, let me try again. You can say one more time, but nothing will change, because people understand only actions. And you don't just say, but you also change your behavior. For example, you show that person that you will not forget everything just in 5 minutes. If this person just says, oh, I'm sorry, and that's all. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not enough. You need to show with your actions that next time you will not do that. If you allow people to walk over you, that's your problem. That's not them, because there will be always bad people on this earth. You'll not be able to get rid of them. That's impossible. You can just control them by showing what they can do to you and what they cannot do. Being nice doesn't always mean that people will respect you. When you are nice, when you do everything to other people, they start using you, because they see this weak spot in your personality. But by this, I don't mean that you need to become a villain, selfish person who doesn't care about anyone else. You can still be a good person, nice to yourself and kind to other people. By this, I mean you respect them. If they don't like something, if they set boundaries, you're okay with that, and you don't treat them poorly. But if you see that someone is using you and you continue making them a favor and you're like, yeah, of course I will do that, that's already not good for you. So be nice. In most cases, it's a disadvantage than advantage. Let's take even that example with people who are always there to help you. They are always ready. They don't care about their own plans, just like typical people pleasers. Do you respect them? No, right? Because they don't even respect themselves. And I said that so many times. If you don't respect yourself, other people will not respect you, because other people will see how you treat yourself and they will treat you identically. And no matter whether it's good person or bad person, they will mirror your behavior and your attitude to yourself. And now let's finally get to the tips. Identify your patterns. You need to start noticing these behaviors that keep getting you into all these toxic relationships and friendships. When does it happen? For example, when you are at a new event, so you don't know anyone, and in this type of situation, you're up to anyone. If a person comes to you, no matter who is this, like you're ready to talk to them, to be friends with them, because you're so scared of being alone. So your task is to identify these situations. When does it happen that you attract these toxic people? When you're alone, when you're doing something that is not that usual for most of the people, you need to know this in order then to be able to control this. Stop over-explaining. You don't owe anyone to explain why did you set this boundary and why it's not okay for you. You can just say, you know what, I don't like that, I will not respect that. Because when you start explaining, people lose respect. You need to be short and sweet in this. I don't like that, don't do that again. But if you start, oh, you know, actually I remember that in my childhood when someone was treating me like this, I felt bad, so now I feel the same, so that's why please don't do that. People will respect you, really? Because if the person knows all the story behind this problem, she will use that. And the same thing with no. When you don't like something, when you don't want to do that, say no. No, I will not do that. Just because I have other plans. And with no explanations. That's already enough. Because as I said, people who respect themselves, they will respect you. And you will not have this need to explain this to them. They will get, okay, no, it's no. Trust actions, not words. If someone shows you who they are, believe them. Don't think that maybe they will change. Like, when we will start dating, he will change. But why? How can you be so confident if now everything's so messy and so bad? Why do you think this person will change? People can change only if they have this inner reason. I want to change because I'm tired of this life. I want something new. And you know, even these phrases, when people already aware you, no, actually, I'm such a difficult person. When people say all of this to you, you can think that that's a joke. No, they're not kidding. Not everyone will say that. But I met people like this who were telling me who they are at the beginning, and I just decided not to pay any attention to that, just because, like, who will say that they are a bad person, especially when they only meet you. But if a person already says you, it's not a joke. Pay attention to all the jokes that people say. These kind of jokes that most of the time upsets you, then makes you really like laugh. Pay attention to this, because if a person always does that, that's an indicator that that will be always. Most of the jokes that people say, they can say them intentionally to get a certain emotion from you. And that emotion can be different, make you laugh, or they can make you angry, irritate you, upset you. And at the end of all of this, they will of course say that, oh, that was a joke. Don't be afraid to disappoint people. That's such a difficult thing for people pleasers. I know, because you actually were taught like this. Don't you dare to disappoint other people. But no one ever told you that don't disappoint yourself, because it's always about other people. It's never about you. And by disappointing people, I don't mean that you made a promise and you didn't complete it. That's not the same. By this, I mean that once someone doesn't like the way you look, the way you behave, the way you say something, and they just start criticizing you, that's about disappointing them. You're not here to keep everyone happy, and there will be always people who will be disappointed with you. But how does it impact your life? There is no impact, right? Because it's their life, it's their problem. Even when people say, I couldn't even imagine that you can do this, you can act like this. Well, now you can imagine. Now you saw this. And you just continue your life. That's not your job to make other people happy. Even if you try to make everyone happy, to please everyone, people will always treat you depending on their mood, on other situations. And if something bad happened to them, they will treat the whole world badly. Just because of this situation, surround yourself with strong people. But firstly, you need to cut off these toxic people. If you're still in constant communication with them, you will never attract someone normal. Because those respectful people, they will not even notice you. You will be for them as one of those toxic people. So they will not need you. So firstly, you cut off all those toxic people. Then there will be a period when you'll be alone. And that's totally fine. That's even better, because you need this lonely time to get to know yourself better finally. Before, you were spending so much of your time with these people. You didn't have any time for yourself. But now you're alone. You have time to raise your standards, to get to know yourself better, to try something new, to focus on your life. You will not be able to have friends like toxic friends and good friends. No, because at the end of the day, if you analyze them, most of them are toxic. Some of them are more obvious than others. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!